All right, let's give Henry a call. Hey, what's up, Henry?
Hey, Mike.
Hey, did I happen to tell you to wear headphones?
No.
Do you have some that you could put in?
Yeah, let me go grab some.
Okay.
1 second.
Yep. I fucked up. I should have told him to do that. Let's see. Hopefully that all works fine. Looks like my video is having some trouble with the multi-video recorder going. Sounds like a bird in the background.
Hello?
Yo, what's up?
Hey.
Is my video showing up on the Skype screen for you?
I don't see any video.
Yeah, I think because I'm running the Ustream, it looks like it's not letting my video pop up. Let me see if it'll. Do you see the camera icon? Let me see if I can see your video.
Does that work?
Yep. There we go.
Okay.
Okay, I can see you. You can't see me though.
No, I can't see you.
That's a bummer. I might kill the Ustream. But let's see. It might be able to work out. You look like you're in a cool environment. Where are you?
I'm at the San Francisco Art Institute.
Are you outside right now?
I'm outside, yeah.
Nice. So, hey, thank you very much for doing the show. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me on here.
I guess you and I met briefly in San Francisco, right? A couple of years ago?
Yeah, at your show.
Just for a moment, though. We didn't really get to talk, right?
Yeah.
It seems like we've conversed a little bit via the internets, but I guess I was trying to remember that night. I thought maybe we had shot the shit, but
Just for a second.
Yeah.
But
so you're still in school, right?
yeah.
What's going on with art school these days?
Well, I got like about a year left. It's kind of crazy. It's like pretty much the last week right now. So trying to finish school and like finish my show. So
That's a lot of pressure trying to deal with both of those things at the same time, right?
yeah, a little bit, but the show, I'm pretty much done with the show, so
Nice.
gotta do some homework now.
So you're here, I'm gonna try and let that police officer drive by. Fucking
Hello?
police. I'm still here. I'm just waiting for the police to go by.
What's that? I can't really hear you.
Alright. Can you hear me now?
I think so. Yeah.
All right. I was just waiting for that siren to go by, because what ends up happening is that with Skype, when you talk, it'll lower the other person's microphone a little bit. That's why with that loud ass sound, it's just gonna cut me every time.
Okay.
But you're prepping for your show at fecalface.gallery, right?
Yeah.
What's the title of the show?
Just like new works.
New works. What's some of the stuff that you've been working on? What's some of the ideas that have been running through your head? I don't need to have a synopsis of the show, because I hate making artists, or I hate even doing that. Like, here's the overall encompassing theme, but like, is there some ideas that you've been thinking about that are coming through in the work lately?
I mean, the main theme is like paper, I guess. All the work's on paper. I guess that's like the one thing that kind of ties everything together. Or everything, all the pieces in the show like involve like drawings on paper. There's no like my last show at Fecal Face, which was like summer of 2009. It was all like paintings on panel, but lately I've been doing all like work on paper.
What was that, like a conscious choice that you made, or was it like a necessity thing? What was the shift? Because I know you've used quite a few different materials, at least in your installation process, right?
Yeah. There's going to be more materials than just paper, but it's like mostly based around like drawings on paper, but there's also going to be like some installation parts to it and different like things going on.
What about subject matter wise?
I don't know, my subject matter has kind of been changing a lot. Like, I think this show has a pretty wide range of different subject matter in it, kind of.
You seem to like the work that I've been seeing. I think I've seen like a couple preview shots, maybe, or looking at your site. Like, there seems to be a strange interaction amongst like an abstraction and like a figurative, and then like the two sort of melding together and becoming something a little different.
Yeah, totally.
Is that something do you try to sort of figuratize some abstractions, or is it more abstractions turning into figurative? Like there seems to be like, like there'll be like limbs on things that I wouldn't expect to have limbs on. There's something very unique to the way you put some very strange looking things together, that it almost like it looks familiar, but the objects are totally unfamiliar.
Yeah, like familiar, like abstract things. I think it's getting like more abstract than it used to be. But I see what you mean.
Do you find that like there's things in your life personally that are coming through in the works in like those abstractions, like, or do you think that like you have attitudes or information that you're thinking about that's coming through in that stuff?
Yeah, I think just like when I stare at anything long enough, it like becomes abstract to me. Just like when you look at something like way too hard, it just turns into an abstract form.
It's funny you say that, because like I'll look at, like, sometimes I'll watch TV and I'll really look at like faces of people who are famous that we'll like just catch a glimpse of, and we'll just know that, oh, that's that famous person. But if you really like observe their face from a really close perspective, like how an artist would, right? If you're trying to figure out how to draw them or whatever.
Yeah.
They actually look different. Like if you really stop and look at somebody for a long time, our like quick snap judgment of what somebody looks like is often very different than if we study a face for a long time.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's such an instant interaction with our brain and our eyeballs that are like, oh, that's a face. We know that pattern really well.
Yeah, I think if you study it enough, it won't even look like a face anymore. It'll just be completely abstracted.
So is that something you have fun with in sort of recreating some of that stuff?
Um, yeah, I think so.
I like right over your shoulder it says "Homie dropping knowledge."
Right there.
Yeah, that's hilarious with a little with a little rabbit jumping.
Yeah.
And some awesome art school graffiti.
Yeah, art school graffiti.
Teen angst, young adult angst in art school.
Oh yeah.
So how long have you been in the art school system?
3 years.
How do you feel about it?
I mean, at this point, I'm kind of over it, you know. But I don't know. Like, it's like a good place to be, you know.
Yeah.
And develop what you're doing.
Well, you're a youngster, right? How old are you?
I'm 20. I'll be 21 in like a few months.
And so you just jumped right out of high school right into making art, and you got right into art school.
Yeah.
No break in between. So when did art become like a serious part of your life, where you decided that this is what you wanted to do all the time?
I don't know. I mean, somewhere like in high school, I kind of got really into it and just started drawing a lot more. I spent a lot of time doing it. Just drawing and skateboarding. It's kind of like what I did. But then like somewhere in there when I had to like figure out what I was gonna do after high school, I don't know, I liked making art, so I thought like, you know, why not go to art school? Maybe that'd be the best option, you know? So that's how it happened, I guess.
Where did you grow up there in the Bay Area?
Yeah. Grew up in Marin County, the North Bay.
And you mentioned skateboarding, and it always seems like sort of skateboarding and art go hand in hand. Do you get some of the same rewards from skateboarding as you do with making artwork? Do you find any sort of correlation between the two besides that they just happen to always be hand in hand?
Yeah, they have like a weird relationship, I think. Like there's a lot of like freedom involved with both of them, and I think skateboarding kind of like trains sort of your perception of like the physical world, and like kind of just gives you like a new perspective on just like objects, you know?
Yeah, in your environment. I see that the same thing with graffiti and street art stuff, like talking about how you just look at your world in a brand new way in terms of like looking at a ledge or a handrail in a different way, or looking at a stop sign or a beat up lot with broken windows or something, or boarded up windows. You look at it in a new way.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, I think like with art, like every artist also kind of has that like alternative perspective of things or something.
What do you think? You think that's that time to think?
What?
Do you think that comes from the amount of time that you have to think, like getting that alternate perspective? Where do you think? What do you think it is the correlation between creative types and like people who are seeking freedom having an alternate perspective on life besides just the environmental aspects? Do you think there's something mental to it?
I mean, there must be. I'm not sure what it is, though. I don't know.
Yeah. You speaking of street art, actually, you had some street beef not too long ago, right? You did.
Yeah.
I saw some shit online. You did some mural work, and some kids did some throw ups over it, or some tags, or some shit, right?
Yeah, some kids.
Can we talk about that online, or should we not talk about that on the air?
I mean,
well, let's talk about doing stuff. Let's talk about doing stuff outside.
all right.
And besides that, have you done any mural work outside before?
Not really. I think I've painted like one small mural before that, but not like in like an open area though, like in public. But
did you enjoy that process? Was there something you enjoyed about it, or was there something you didn't enjoy about it?
I mean, I enjoyed it as much as just like making a painting in a studio, you know. I think I enjoyed it just as much.
Do you find you get like connected to your work?
What do you mean?
Like in terms, like, do you get possessive of things, like the things that you make? Do you you know, like doing stuff on the street and having like stuff like people tag on your stuff, like it becomes part of the process, and like there's a level of, okay, there's something is likely to happen, you know, and you have to you have to not care a little bit.
Yeah.
Did
I mean, with like paintings and drawing stuff, sometimes I get really possessive and like protective of it, and like, but I mean, if I'm doing something like outside, like on the street, I mean, I kind of understand that it's not going to last forever, and it's only like a temporary thing that like someone's going to tag over.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like okay with that if I'm working outside.
Well, I noticed on that mural that you did, it looked like somebody did something and somebody did something else, and it looked like it got kind of silly.
Yeah. Or like the night or the day after I painted it or something, someone came by and tagged on it, and then the next day, some people went over that.
You sound very. Let's skip this subject then. You sound like you're protecting the innocent. So.
No, I don't know. It's just a funny story that maybe I shouldn't tell.
No, I hear you. But maybe you should. We're all about being honest here. We don't. We're not being judgmental. But if there's other parties involved, we don't want to. We ain't trying to rat nobody out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think obviously we should talk about the Osama bin Laden exhibition.
Oh yeah, that's the big news.
Yeah. You're not on the Twitters, huh?
I have a Twitter. I don't really use it. It's kind of, I have like a Twitter connected to my Tumblr, so when I put something on my Tumblr, it tweets it.
I gotta find. I think I searched your name. I couldn't find it.
Oh.
I might not be that wise though. But yeah, Twitter was amazing last night. Like the amount of jokes that came through that were both funny and discouraging and gross and strange. It was a spectacle.
I saw a bunch of stuff on Facebook.
Yeah, it's a fucking bizarre world that we live in.
It is.
All this stuff is just so instant in your face.
Yeah, shit's pretty weird.
watching the president on Facebook was like the most bizarre thing I think I've ever seen.
What, like a YouTube video?
No, his speech was live on Facebook last night.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, the White House has like a White House app or whatever. That it was just I got the link from the Huffington Post, and it went right to Facebook, and it's like the White House's Facebook page, but it's like a special app. And it was funny, there was this little disclaimer down in the corner that was like, anything that's said on here can be used in the White House U.S. Presidential Act of something, something, something. So like it was just a constant barrage of comments in the little comment thing next to the deal, because not only they were supposed to start the press conference at 10:30 and it didn't go on until like 11:30 East Coast time, I think. So people were going crazy, and people were saying some wild ass shit in there. And I'm like, you dummies, all this is going right directly to the White House. Just like, as soon as one bad thing gets in there, probably just as like a little ping, that Facebook page goes into like the special folder.
Yeah, I saw pictures of everybody like partying outside the White House.
It's creepy, right? Like, like I posted yesterday that the celebration of any death is sort of morbid to me, or something to that effect. Like even the worst of criminals, like celebrating somebody dying is fucking creepy as shit. And there's like a disconnection from like the actuality of human life.
Yeah. And like, I don't know, what difference does it make that he's dead now? Like, I guess, does that mean we won the war or something?
I don't think it means very little. It's all just like, we all just work on trust, and it's just another one of those trust things. Like, we're looking out for you, but you know, there's a lot of people that believe that Bin Laden had been dead for a long time, like conspiracy theory stuff. But there was that interview with the woman from Pakistan, Benza Bhutto. I can't say her first name. But she had said that Bin Laden had been murdered by somebody who was most likely going to murder her, or a group of people that were trying to kill her. And she said this on a BBC interview or some British interview, and then she ended up getting murdered a month after that interview. And that was like 2002 or 2003. And it's just so weird that it's like the timing for like re-elections coming up, and just all the shit that's going on too, like in Libya. What, you know, the son of Gaddafi was killed yesterday, or the day before this big the Osama announcement.
Oh yeah.
And you know, I was trying to get in on all the awesome Twittering last night, so I posted that like a black guy in a horror movie, if you're the son of a dictator, you're always the first to die. And it's like the same thing. The same thing happened to Saddam Hussein's sons. They killed both of his sons before they captured him, and then put him on trial and hung him. But what's interesting is that we never got an Osama bin Laden trial.
Yeah.
And I don't know that they've ever like formally said like formally put in whatever legal paperwork to say that he actually was responsible. I don't think we even still know who's responsible for 9/11.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, it's fucking creepy, man. But then we have all these people just cheering because it's like the guy who they hate. And what's really fucking creepy is that Hitler in 1949, on May 1st, Germany announced he died on the same day, but in 1949.
I didn't hear you.
And what do you got? Oh, do you at the airport right there? Jesus Christ.
The car drove by.
In 1949, Hitler was announced dead on May 1st, I'm pretty sure it's 1949. Same day.
Whoa.
something however many years later, 61 years later.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's super bizarre. And just like, what's really great though is like with social media is now we get to really see what people's opinions are like.
Yeah.
I erased a ton of douchebags or like hit a bunch of people on my Facebook because it was like, you are saying the most retarded, douchey, fucking ignorant shit right now because you have no idea what you're talking about and you're just swept up in like hyper nationalism because that's like the fucking flavor of the moment. You know, it's either that or you're like the anti nationalist like myself. You know, but it's like at some point we got to realize all this fucking nonsense is just bullshit.
Yeah, man.
They're just fucking killing it. Fucking bunch of assholes. But
yeah, I don't know.
It's at least you get to see it now. You get to see what people's fucking weird opinions, like the things that they'd say in their head, but maybe they wouldn't say in public. People now feel super free just to put that shit out there with very little ideas of the repercussions.
Yeah, the internet's kind of crazy like that, huh?
Yeah, you keep it low key, huh?
On the internet?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I try to keep it low key on Facebook.
Is that because you're busy?
No, I don't know. I think I just have like social networking anxiety.
Hey, I had a question from Raymond Klecker on Twitter. He said, as such a young artist with a unique style and big following, do you ever think about starting up your own art movement? So, you know, we've seen like, you know, like recently, obviously the street art movement has been the thing of the last 10 years. So, you know, we've seen a bunch of different like movements. Is there ever like a revolutionary idea? Like, I'm going to start this new thing.
I don't really know how you would start an art movement. Like, I don't know do people like start art movements on purpose?
I don't know. It has to happen sort of organically, I would assume. That it's usually probably like a group of people who end up working together.
Yeah. No, I haven't thought about starting my own art movement.
You could at least, it's like a gang probably. You could give it a name.
I thought about starting like a biker gang.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like a motorcycle gang or like a bicycle gang?
Like a motorcycle gang.
Do you
no, like none of us have motorcycles, but we're called the Lost Bros.
The Lost Bros?
Yeah.
Are you guys gangster or what?
Not really.
No. Fuck, there's this we have a biker gang that has a clubhouse right up the street from my house here.
Uh-huh.
And it started out, well, this clubhouse has been it's been a number of different things. There was a little cafe that served coffee and sandwiches, and then it was what's the gym that the ladies go to? Curves, I think.
Oh yeah.
It was one of those for like a half hour, and then it was closed for a while. And then this biker gang decided to take up the lease on the spot. And at first, it was like, you know, like a group of like 10 dudes that were. It seemed like they were just like some old fireman type dudes that just wanted to hang out and ride on Sunday.
Yeah.
And then have a place to drink beer or something. But now it's turned into like full on like biker gang, I guess. I don't know if a new bike gang moved in and like took over the territory, because it was like the stray dogs or something, and now there's some sort of devil like figure.
Oh damn.
And dude, I pulled up. I was trying to go to the store, which is right across the street, and it was like mayhem. I felt like I was in Hell's Angels, like Hunter S. Thompson '60s book. It was freaky. And then not only that, I went down the hill to the gas station near my house, and they all pulled up down there too, and were like drinking and throwing beer cans and getting all fucking buck wild.
Yeah.
Is that what you're looking for in life?
Something like that. Yeah.
Do you have the tattoos? You got to get massive amounts of tattoos.
No, I don't have any.
You can probably draw some on. You should draw. You should get that rabbit tattoo that's on the wall behind you, and homie dropping knowledge.
Oh yeah.
Here, let me get a screenshot of that. Actually,
Oh,
because
okay.
nobody else could see it. No, go ahead, scoot it back to where you're at.
Oh, okay.
Because I can get it good right there.
Can you see it?
Yeah. It's awesome. I went and did a little talk over at SDSU at their art department over there a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And they had a bunch of cool little wall student art graffiti things going on. I'm thinking about just going over there and just painting the entire wall because they have a bunch of blank ass wall, but they don't want to do anything to it because it's all democratic. Like you got to get all the right signatures and do all the proper paperwork and all that sort of bullshit.
There's a pretty good like Bob Ross one on that wall over there.
A real Bob Ross?
Or like a Bob Ross drawing.
Oh, like a drawing of Bob Ross?
Yeah.
Bob Ross is awesome. I used to watch him when I was a kid.
Yeah, he's the best, man.
My grandfather was like a landscape oil painter, like same sort of style. And he and I did the same painting together. He had 2 canvases, and he showed me how to paint when I was 5 in the studio. And I still have the 2 paintings that we did 2 over a weekend. And then he kept his, but. So what else is up? What's it's probably pretty fucking nice up in San Francisco the last 2 days, huh?
Yeah, the weather's been super good like this weekend.
Coming out of the nasty winter time. Springtime has hit California.
Yeah. It's looking nice right now.
Is anybody talking about earthquakes lately? Did you guys just have an earthquake recently?
No, we didn't have one. I think after the tsunami and everything, some people were like freaking out and predicting earthquakes in San Francisco, but nothing happened.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? That's what it was. I was thinking there was another one right around that same time, but it was like on the other end of because Japan had another earthquake, and then there was another one in the Ring of Fire. That's why I thought. Well, what else you got coming up? You gonna do your fecal face show, and then you gonna relax for a little bit and chill out, or are you gonna jump right into? You got any cool projects coming up?
Let me think. I'm gonna chill out for a little while, keep like painting and whatnot, and I kind of wanted to go on like a bicycle trip this summer.
Why don't you ride down to San Diego?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Might do that. I don't know. I haven't decided where I want to go yet, but I was thinking about it.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I thought, do you travel much? Do you get the opportunity to do that yet?
Yeah, actually, I've traveled a lot because my dad is a mechanic for United Airlines, so I get like free airfare.
Nice.
So.
Well, shit, you could ride your bike down to San Diego, then just fly back.
Yeah.
It seems like it should be downhill. I don't know if it is, but it seems like because you're going south that it should be downhill most of the way.
Yeah.
I don't think it works like that, though.
But, I mean, yeah, I gotta fly some places this summer, too.
Do you got some spots that you want to go to?
I'm not sure. I was probably gonna go down to LA, maybe New Orleans, and I don't know. Like I gotta go like everywhere I can before I turn 25, because that's how long I get like my dad's benefits.
Oh, really? That's strange.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you should definitely take advantage of that.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Nice. Well, let's plug some of your stuff. You got a website, and let me know what your Twitter is so I can go add you after this.
You want my website?
Yeah.
All right. Let me get it here. And I mean, I have some other stuff coming up too. I have wait, how do I send you a link?
Well, just tell me.
Okay.
I'll put links up later, but just so for the listeners.
HenryGunderson.tumblr.com.
Okay. And I'll put it. I do a blog that has all the guests and all the information on there. And what about? So you're telling me that goes to a Twitter somewhere, and that you have a Twitter that exists?
Or I mean, it's just like you can connect Tumblr to Twitter.
Yeah.
So whenever you post something, it goes on there. But I'm not sure what my Twitter is. I don't really know.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to try to find. I guess if I find your Tumblr, I could probably find the Twitter.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't think it links on there. But here, I can find it.
What are some of the materials that you're using? You were talking about paper. What do you paint with? Do you use acrylics, oils, gouache?
I was using acrylics for a while, but now I'm mostly using colored pencil.
Colored pencil all the way?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there new stuff up online yet besides the flyer?
Yeah, there's some pieces from the show on my website, on my Tumblr.
All right, cool.
But not everything, but
yeah.
Yeah, most of the pieces in the show are mainly colored pencil.
Nice.
And like some other materials too, but mostly colored pencil. And there's also like some cork boards. I've been using cork boards and attaching drawings to like bulletin boards.
Nice, like inspiration walls.
Yeah, sort of.
I used to have one. I used to have a couple when I actually had space for them on the wall. But I have so much art and so little wall space that they got axed.
Oh, really?
The cork boards are the shit. I love posting stuff up.
I actually built like a giant one for the show. It's really big.
Nice.
It's like a 7-foot cork board.
Did you make some oversized thumbtacks?
No, actually, I bought them at Office Max. They have those big ones.
Oh, they exist. Yeah, I guess if you could think about it, it probably exists.
Yeah.
Nice.
And did I tell you I own a gallery too?
No, we haven't talked about that at all. Maybe that would be something good to talk about.
It's called the Water mcdeere. And it's like the size of a box. It's like 30 inches long by like 15 inches. And
where does that exist at?
At my studio in SFAI.
So the gallery exists in the studio in a miniature environment. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
How did that come about?
My friend Alex Ziv and I decided to make a miniature gallery and have some miniature art shows in it.
Are people gonna make really, really, really small paintings? Is that to fit in there? So it's not like you could just fit one painting in there, but you have to fit multiple small pieces.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
is that sort of just like a clown on on the art gallery world?
Yeah, pretty much. There's a gallery like on campus here, and it's called the Walter McBean Gallery. So we named ours the Water mcdeere. And but actually, we're having a show in August at Evergold in San Francisco.
of the miniature gallery blown up to a full size gallery?
No, it's like it'll be like multiple miniature galleries inside a full size gallery.
Interesting. I like it. Are the prices going to be miniature?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's going to have to be, right?
Yeah, probably like $1 a painting or something.
Half price. And that's what sucks. What people don't realize a lot of times, it's sometimes it takes the same amount of time to paint one big painting as it does to paint one small painting, just because you have to get so much more detailed in the small paintings, and like the amount of time is often the same, and effort is
sometimes.
The same. I guess you can't make small paintings with a half-ass mentality. Well, cool, man. Well, thanks for doing the show.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's do internet dap up here. Oh, you can't even see me, huh? Just put your fist up to the screen.
Oh, okay.
And we'll just pretend. There we go. It happened. It happened in real life on my end. You just gotta trust me, like our government. All right, brother. Thank you again. Man. Have a good day.
Yeah, you too. Have a good day.
All right.
Bye.
Later. All right, that was the interview with Mr. Henry Gunderson. The live Ustream will be up. I might make it private up until I do the. Who should I? I don't know. I might just let it run, but I'll go through and do the cleaned up version for iTunes if you want to download it later. All right. Thanks for listening.